This crowd ready to make its presence known. That's reeled in. It's Haynes. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They've made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal, and they think that's going to be the difference, David.
Yeah, and now they got to put it together, right? And then this is when it really works. When you get in conference play, it gets different. The familiarity within the league of all the coaches, and so this is really hard for them. But I'm interested to see what they can do and to see if they can bounce back.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, that is a picture-perfect start for this defense. Number one objective, get off the field even better. Third down, force them into a passing situation. You win, you hit the quarterback. Nice start by this team.
Hauls it in at the 40. He's got great speed. Can they catch him? Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. Great place to start for this offense. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. Puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. The Sooner Schooner doesn't have a tight turning radius, but it can rev up the Oklahoma crowd, David.
Man, get them started, get them going early, test the limits, get in the end zone, get these people going bananas just safely. You know, go bananas, go crazy, but, you know, don't do too much and don't, you know, don't fall over in your seats.
Starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Finds his man. It's Haynes. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39 in a really Nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Haynes. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get 1st downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the 1st play of this drive. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Makes the catch. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience, the transfer over. He was the top guy at that spot in the transfer portal. You bring in a new offensive coordinator, new weapons around him, so a revamped new Oklahoma offense. They're hoping they'll match their defense, and those wins will go up and up and up.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Sails one into the middle. Finds a spot in the middle.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Quarterback running on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
They tried to sneak the draw in there, and the defense was not fooled.
You know, there's an art to selling the draw play, and that one was kind of more paint by numbers. Didn't turn out so well.
And the defense, you could tell, they weren't fooled. They were agreeing with your painting by numbers and got in there quick, fast, and made the play.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Fires to the big fella. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Wheeler. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Burks. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw again. Under fire. Steps away. He'll get rid of it. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
Man, that is just great awareness by the big fella up front defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was going with the football, and he's like, wait, these interceptions, they're not just for the little fast guys. Us big guys can get it done too.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. To throw, it's Underwood. Got a man, it's McCulley. Turning it on. Bust through behind his pad. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Completing a forward pass was much like solving the Rubik's Cube for Michigan a year ago, but now, Jesse, they have the nation's top recruit in Bryce Underwood, and the key is to develop him.
Yes, because he is the future for Michigan. There is no question about it. You just saw just 2 seasons ago when you've got a quarterback who's dynamic, who's highly recruited and developed, a guy like J.J. McCarthy, the sky's the limit for Michigan. You can win national championships. That's the hope for the Wolverines moving forward.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Haynes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Stop is made at the 8, but it'll be enough to set up a 1st and goal. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains. just because of the body blow effect.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. Lethal weapons all over the field. That has been the standard at Oklahoma for several years.
I mean, so many guys, and they built this offense on space and speed, and it's the playmakers out wide. Listen, they've had great quarterbacks, but if you don't have guys...
Turning on the Jets. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Another incompletion on third down. They'll send out the kicker here. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Out of the gun to give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Makes the catch, it's Haynes. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off! What a play by this defense! Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This guy is just playing like an All-American his last couple of games out now. Last game he had 2 sacks. He just registered his 2nd sack in this game. He has been virtually unblockable.
And the Sooners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires to the right. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Boom. Unloads quickly. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
Now watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run. The quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
The Sooners with the 1st and 10. To the air, it's Mateer. Under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. The sweet feet buy a little time, and it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. That's a bad drop.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And he'll have to boom one from 58 yards out and be mindful to guide it in from the left hash. The field goal is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Tatum. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Dropping back, it's Mateer. That's caught. It's up. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Got it in the middle, it's Kent. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll try it again. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Sooners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air. It's Mateer. Wide open downfield. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The give to the back. Wide open spaces. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Takes a snap, wants to throw. Pocket breaking down. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Bowling Green is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. To the air, it's Underwood. Here comes the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Throws to the tight end. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Grabbed in the middle, it's Morgan. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put...
There he goes! Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force-feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Sooners come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Rushes on him. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Fast, physical, and disruptive. Michigan has a rich and storied history of guys up front who can make life miserable for a quarterback.
Just dudes. I mean, guys that win matchups. Guys that you know if it's going to be a pass rush on the outside, one-on-one or a tackle, they can go get him at the defensive end spot. And we can mention names, and Hutchinson recently, one of the higher picks in the NFL draft, but always guys that play the same way.
Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll ride the hot hand. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved the touchdown. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Barges ahead. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And we saw it last week with this offense, right? They know who they are down here. They're going to be physical. They gave him the football, and what did he do? He rewarded you with 2 touchdown runs. I look for this offense to continue the physicality and hand that man the ball again.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Touchdown, Sooners! Fitted in the window for the score.
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this 4th quarter.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Grabbed over the middle, it's Moore. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Finds his tight end. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Got it in the middle. It's McCulley. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Going to look downfield again. Unloads to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield on first down. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Buys a little extra time. Zings it complete to the right. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. He'll try to get it through the air. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
But it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! Fired in from the red zone for the score. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Pitt looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've ever seen this offense look this crisp. They're up by 23 over the Judicials. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff, keep working on that clock. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. He rifles one deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Now improvising. Complete to the right. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wants to go up top. The short hands, it's Kent. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation